Hey everybody, it's Norm Farrar, aka the Beard Guy here, and welcome to another Lunch with Norm, the e-commerce and Amazon FBA podcast. Today, it's AI Wednesdays. And what does that mean? We're going to be talking about AI's latest innovations, and the impact on e-commerce. We're also going to be talking about how AI is currently being used in e-commerce, the current trends, and how AI is improving your business operations. All right, welcome to another Lunch with Norm, the e-commerce and Amazon FBA podcast.
Lunch with Norm. Lunch with Norm. Lunch with Norm. Lunch with Norm.
Like I mentioned, today is AI Wednesdays, and we're going to be talking about AI's latest innovations and the impact it has on e-commerce. Our guest today is a first-time guest, and our guest joined Jungle Scout back in 2021 after 2 years working at one of the first Amazon-partnered advertising agencies that are hyper-focused on the platform. And I'm talking about the Amazon Marketplace platform. He has managed over $1 million in monthly ad spend for large portfolio and enterprise brands. And since then, he has launched his own Amazon brand while also running a consulting business, helping a range of brands grow their sales and profitability. So today, please welcome. All right, Kelsey, you did it. You put it phonetically. You knew already I was going to mess this up. Jake Zarastian. Did I get it close? Jake, did I get it close? Zarastian. Anyways, he told me I could just call him Jake Z, and I think that's what I'm going to do. Okay, now let's have a word from our sponsor. Facing cash flow challenges with your e-commerce business? Discover Viably, your ultimate financial ally. From real-time sales data integrations to immediate funding access, Viably is here to support you. Plan your growth with their free tool for online sellers and engage with specialists whenever you need. Extend your cash flow with Viably. Okay, where is the boy? The boy Blunder. The mayor of Blunderbill.
That's
Squire.
me. How's it going, Norm?
I'm doing okay.
How's the throat? How's the cough going?
I can start feeling my throat again. Yeah, I can actually feel it again. But yeah, I still have to hit that mute button.
All right,
Like
fantastic.
I'm going to do right now.
Well, that gives me a chance to say hello to the Beard Nation. Hello, Cool Hand 99. We've got Steve joining us. Hey, Rad. We got Spencer. Good afternoon to you as well, Spencer and Tuyen. Good to see you. And yeah, it's going to be a great episode. This is our AI Wednesdays. We're doing AI-based episodes every Wednesday. Yeah, it's a hot topic, and it seems to be what you guys are wanting right now. And yeah. Looking forward to it.
Any news? Any updates?
Well, we've got our WhatsApp group going off. So thank you everyone who joined there. I'm going to pull up that later on, the QR code if you guys want to take a minute to join it if you haven't already. But I'll also post a link as well. And yeah, I think that's it. I don't think there's any events happening that we're sharing.
Not in the near future. I'm going to be going down to M3 in Austin. That's December the 5th. So that'll be good. Then right after that, oh yeah, there's two things. So we've got the Kevin King, Amy Weiss, and Chelsea Cohen party in Austin. That's on the 13th, I think. And then or the 15th. I checked it out and just posted dates. And then going over to Clearwater to the Titan Networks party in Clearwater. So it's all one day after the other. So if you could just post those up there. So if you are in Austin during that time period, let us know. Or if you're over in Clearwater during that time period, it's always great to have a meetup or join us at the Titan Network party. And I think that's it. Then it's going to be rolling into holiday time. I can't believe the year's already where it's at.
I know, it's crazy.
It's crazy.
And hello, Marina. Good to see you. Welcome to the show. And yeah, I think we're all set. We're good to go.
Perfect. Okay, so sit back. No, don't sit back yet. If you have any questions or comments, throw them in the comment section. Now you can sit back, relax, grab a cup of coffee, enjoy the show. Welcome, Jake. But I had a reason to really mess up your name.
It's not an easy one, and I think you nailed it the first try. And Jake Z is even easier. So if you want to go by that the rest of the show, no worries.
I will, by the way.
Yeah.
I mess up, Smith. I can mess up Bob. So just yeah. Okay, Mr. Z. So how's it going?
It's going great. It's going really good here in Austin. The weather's nice despite it trending towards winter. Hope everything's going well. You're in Canada, correct?
Yeah, and it is kind of cold here, cold and damp. I left. There was ice on the lake. When I came back, it looked like it melted. But yeah, not my. Why did I leave Hawaii? Why?
Perspective.
No, my wife. That's it. She likes Four Seasons. But
Can't blame her.
Oh my God, I'm gonna choke. Okay, it's about AI. Let's talk about, and I think probably the most important thing that we'll talk about today is the impact AI is having on the e-commerce industry. You want to get into that?
Yeah, I would love to get into that. It's obviously a big question, and I think I'm curious to hear your perspective on this, Norm, as well, because I can give you mine here shortly. But at least right now, what we're seeing at Jungle Scout is AI is being used sort of to give you a weather report, so to speak. Greg Mercer, the owner and founder of Jungle Scout, has said it really well. AI right now is currently being used like weather reports. And what I mean by that is sort of showing you what's going on in your business, or showing you more general ideas that you could decipher yourself, but with a little bit more time needed to get there. But where we're excited to see it going, and where we're working on tools and features to get there, is how can we make that more powerful for your specific business and you as an individual? And so where we see it right now is, it's great and it's evolving so fast, but at some point it is going to be powerful enough to run parts of your business for you and to give you really curated insights and recommendations that are hyper tailored to what your products or what your business is doing or needs on Amazon. So yeah, I'm curious to hear, Norm, if there's any areas of AI that you're really excited about now. We have some new tools at Jungle Scout that I can talk about here shortly, but I'm curious, like, what are you using AI for at this moment?
I'm extremely excited about the new version of DALL-E 3 integrating with ChatGPT. I haven't played enough with it because I've been away, but now that I'm back, I am going to be experimenting that, where you can get illustrations right out of ChatGPT,
Cool.
which is kind of cool. But I think where my love is, it's with Code Interpreter or Data Analyzer. And that's just ripping apart anything that you want, including your Amazon listings, and asking what the keywords are. And it could actually give you a full report. Just put it into a table format, and you can now get a full report on your listing, which I found very handy. The other thing that I really like, what's it called? Frequently.ai. So they've come up, and it's over different online platforms, but it'll help you navigate through the platforms. If it's for Amazon, it'll actually write the plan of action. So if you have a problem, you write in the code basically, and you'll get a generic plan of action. But that's the other thing. One of the things that we've done in our company is we've put in all the terms of services for everything. And so if we have a question now, we can refer back to it just to make sure that we are, white, not black or gray. There's no gray. It's white or black.
Yeah.
So that's some of the areas that I'm looking at, but also authority. So you can go out there and market, no problem, but getting authority has always been an issue. And press releases, for example, I've always used to build authority. But press releases with content now, it's so easy to do. just need to get your brand voice, understand your audience. In our retail secrets mastermind the other day, I was talking about, and I wonder if Chuck's on, Chuck was in there, and I was just talking about finding an audience and how important that is. Well, now with the right prompting, it's so easy to find your audience or your avatar. And man, I can go on forever. I love where it's going. And I'm a little nervous because the thought of, okay, if everybody's got the tools, not everybody's going to use them properly. But if every listing is using a certain AI tool and they're getting the same output, how do you compete with that?
It's a good question. Funny enough, we get a very similar question here at Jungle Scout when we make a video or do something that has either a new strategy involved or an old strategy that we're reintroducing or trying to educate people on. And that's, if everybody's using Jungle Scout to find a product, then, how can I be unique and how can I, stand out? And they're going to choose my product if we're all using the same filters. And I think the most logical response to that is not everybody will. If we get, just for an example, 1 million views on a video, there's maybe 1 to 10% of people that will act on it exactly how we're suggesting.
Right.
And so I think it's really in the beholder of the tool. And if you're going to take action on it and then how you take action on it. Maybe a similar analogy to this, when I was working at an agency prior to Jungle Scout, we had companies or brands, I should say, that were wanting to leave our services in place for a fully automated service. And we warned them that's okay. That's a good idea. We should be incorporating some automated technologies. However, if there's no one running it, if there's no strategy behind setting it up or managing it, more importantly, then there's no power there. Exactly. And so, yeah, I do think it's up to the player and the prompts that you put in, how you play with it, obviously your specific products or industry and where you're selling. But I think that's the beauty of it. AI is becoming more accessible to the small to medium-sized business. And it's in some way leveling the playing field for competing against bigger brands. There's so many resources that these big, P&G type companies have. They can hire agencies to run just their Amazon operations, a whole other agency to run, their inventory side. And they have so much money, they have so much headcount that they can their processes are nothing compared to someone that's just getting started or trying to scale their one channel Amazon business even. So that's what I love about AI is like it's in the user's hands, how far you want to take it and how great you want to make it. And then it's also leveling the playing field. So I think that's a great way to look at it in terms of everybody's using it and how can you use it more effectively.
One of the things that, now this is not for listing, and you can use it if you want. This is one of the things that I'm playing around with. When I go to these big events, Cigar Expo, the Big Smoke, if I wanted to learn about certain things, if I wanted to go to SellerCon or to BDSS, one of those bigger events, all I need to do is bring a recording device. Don't need the visuals. I could just use my cell phone or I could use my laptop with a half decent mic. I can record it, as long as it's legal, right? As long as they allow you to do it. And then I could pump that through Fireflies or Descript, and I can get it to summarize. So I don't have to take notes.
Yeah.
I could say, summarize it and give me the top 3 takeaways. And all of a sudden I've got it. If I want to refer back to it, I can just type in a keyword. If I want to get the summary of the top 3 points that I want to implement, I can do it. And this is where I see that AI is taking the pressure off of anybody going to an event. If you want to use it and you want to take a half hour to understand how to do it, then you're going to save days of work.
Oh, yeah. It's a great point. And it's also powerful to use in the context of Amazon. What I love about tools like Jungle Scout, and we'll get into this, I'm sure, here shortly, but one of our latest offerings that we released this year is it's called AI Assist Chat. and it's super powerful. You think of it just like ChatGPT, except
Mhm.
instead of the algorithm going behind in the background and collecting essentially Google or Bing search results and crawling through that data, it's only looking at relevant information written by the Jungle Scout team or in our videos or any expert resources like our PDFs or downloadables. And what I love about that is it's only sourcing content from Amazon sellers, whereas sometimes you do have to be careful where you get the information from,
Right.
and not all these language learning models are willing to give the sources out. I think there's a new update actually to ChatGPT 4 that's becoming more a part of the. They're becoming more transparent about what information is coming from where. But with AI Assist Chat and Jungle Scout, you can ask it any question about your business, even or anything about selling on Amazon. So we have a lot of people who leave us comments on blog posts and our YouTube videos even, and these are questions that they can actually get answered right away through essentially what would be a similar result that they would get back by waiting a few days or a few hours from a real human Amazon expert. So yeah, I do love the fact that AI in general can help you digest information quickly, and in a lot of cases, it can actually help you get the right information or the most relevant information.
That sounds great. So you've got just built in into Jungle Scout this AI chat assistant.
Yes.
And is it like frequently where you can just ask it questions and it'll just spit out the answers because you've pumped in so much information?
Yeah. I guess to the broader picture, AI Assist is Jungle Scout's AI integration, and we actually have it implemented across 4 different tools in Jungle Scout. The AI Assist chat features is one of them. And to your point, yeah, so you can ask it 2 different types of questions, really. You can ask it general questions like, um, hey, teach me about the Amazon A9 algorithm, or what's the best things that I should do for my listing, and more general, like how to sell on Amazon questions. The other half of that is things related to your business. So you can ask it, what was my refund rate last month? And is that getting worse over time? Or you can ask it things like, what is my most frequently returned product, or any other metric that you would have in your Jungle Scout account. It knows that information. And to me, I think this is the most powerful part of a tool like AI Assist in Jungle Scout is you don't actually have to feed it information first. It doesn't need to learn about you. It already knows you. It knows who you are. It knows what you sell and where you sell it. It knows your information, like your sales history, your cost information, um, all your metrics. So you don't have to actually prompt engineer and educate the algorithm to, I guess, figure out that information before you start asking it questions, which can save a lot of time, and it's just going to give you the most relevant information. So that to me, I think, is so powerful. It gets you to the answer faster. But in a nutshell, that's the AI Assist chat feature. We do have 3 other tools, like I mentioned, where AI Assist is implemented in. We have AI Assist in review analysis, which is a brand new tool that helps you do what the name suggests, review or analyze the reviews of any product on Amazon. And Nora, I'm curious if this is something that you've done yourself. I feel like it's been more implemented into daily, or should say like product research processes in the past year or so, where you are downloading reviews, hundreds of reviews from multiple products in a category, and just really listening well and seeing what are the trends in the products, what are customers saying they want in the product, what do they like and dislike about it, and then you use that information to either inform your product if you already have one. So you go back to your supplier and say, hey, there's this issue obviously happening, we need to fix this. Or maybe it's a product that you're researching and you're trying to bring a better and improved product to the market. So you ask your potential suppliers to fix these issues before shipping the product to you. And or you can use it in your marketing, which is the best way that I like to use it. Is if people are saying to your competitors, hey, this product smells funny, or this product comes warped, in your images, you should mention that your products don't do that. So once they get burnt by your competitor and they see your images and your product doesn't do essentially what they got burnt by,
Mhm.
then they're more likely to convert, and that increases your conversion rate. But Norm, is that something, because maybe I'm just in my own world here, I've been really obsessed with the review analysis part of AI for a while. Is that something that you've been doing or have been seeing other people
Absolutely.
do?
All 3 points are exactly what we do. We just
Hmm.
download the reviews and extract them, put them into ChatGPT, get it to read it, So it's just in a document. And then we get to find out what the positive comments are, summarize what the negative are, and then we put it to work. All 3 points that you just brought out is everything that we do, or we try to do. But
I'm
those are
curious.
excellent. There's so many people that really don't take advantage of reviews.
Yes, I think it's a gold mine, and I'm glad Amazon has them there. They've recently, I think it was last year, they cut down to you can only see the latest 100 written reviews now.
Yeah.
Which is a bummer, but I think that's you can still work with 100 and multiply that across a lot of different products. Norm, what is your process on that? I'm curious. Do you use an extension to download the data, plug it into ChatGPT, and you have like these prompts ready, you just copy and paste in?
Yeah, that's correct. So we'll download using a Chrome extension.
Yeah.
And then from there, we put it into a document, and then we upload the document. And then with ChatGPT, as long as you have the paid version, code analysis, you could punch it in and you just get code analysis or data analyzer to check it out, and it gives you the read back.
Yeah. That's how I've been using it up until when did Jungle Scout launch? I think we launched the review analysis at least 2 months ago now. And I think there's great benefits of doing it that way, because you can probably ask it some unique questions. But again, what I like about a tool like Jungle Scout that's dedicated towards Amazon sellers is we sort of just like taken that approach for ChatGPT and this whole review analysis idea, and just hyper focused it on an Amazon seller and what they want to get out of it.
That's a great idea. That's a
Yeah.
really super idea. So you've already got the prompts that, like, a lot of what I find is a lot of people kind of shy away from ChatGPT or AI right now because they're not great at prompting. They don't want to learn it. It's not their strength. And so what Jungle Scout's done is taken that, defined the prompt, and now all they have to do is press a button. Is that correct?
That's it. That's exactly it. The only thing you need to grab is the product ASIN, plug it in there, and it allows you to read all the reviews. Very simply and visually tells you, here are the bad reviews in red, good reviews in green, and neutral in yellow. And you can see it over time. Are you getting more bad reviews? If you are, you start reading into those. If this is your product you're looking at, and see what's going on. If it's trending up, then great, you're doing a good job. But below that is a section on this review analysis page that has these predetermined prompts for you. And it's exactly what you mentioned you're doing. If I remember this correctly, there's 6 different prompts. There's the most positive, or what people are saying they like about the product. So positive comments, negative comments, how you can improve this product, how you can actually beat the competitor that you're looking at. Another one is how to just any other like general insights about this product that you didn't think to ask. So just like more general things that it picked up that you may not have thought of, or the algorithm may not have thought of. And I like to think of this as like to your point, you have to build it up a little bit first. You have to download everything and give it the prompts. But an analogy I like to use is most people don't like building the house they live in, but they like living it, or they like living in it. So it's not fun, to your point, prompt engineering, but it's fun to ask questions and get the answers back and keep going with the chat that you have there. So that, again, is the power of tools like AI Assist within a tool like Jungle Scout that knows you're an Amazon seller, knows what you're trying to do, knows your products and all your sales and cost information, and just makes it a lot more streamlined of a process for you to do a review analysis.
I'm kind of curious. You said you had a couple of other, and I don't have an affiliate. I'm just curious because I like AI and you've got it built into your app. But what are the other areas that you've built AI into? You said you had 3 or 4.
Yes. Yeah, there's 4 total and more coming soon. I mean, it's insane how fast we're launching these. We launched 3 together not too long ago. So yeah, there's 4. There's AI Assist Chat that we talked about, AI Review Analysis we talked about. The second or third one is AI Assist in Listing Builder. Now, this one's been out for a little over a year, and it's very similar to what a lot of people are doing now with ChatGPT. But again, all the benefits of the AI algorithm understanding who you are, an Amazon seller, what products you sell, and what you're trying to get out of creating your listing, essentially. So with a click of a button, AI Assist will write your title, all your bullet points, and your product description. Even if you have an A+ content and you don't need a written product description, it still helps write that copy for you that you can plug and play into your A+ modules. And again, what I love about this tool is that it's understanding your keywords for one. So if you have a Jungle Scout account and or you're tracking keywords into a list, you would import that list into Listing Builder, where you would start writing your listing, and then it's using those high volume keywords first, is trying to really make sure you're able to get the most SEO value out of all your keywords. But what I think is genius about tools like AI Assist and even ChatGPT is it helps make sense of those keywords for you and makes it readable for an actual customer human reading your listing, not just the algorithm. So we did a video on this when we launched this, but I'm a writer at Jungle Scout. Like I enjoy writing. It's actually my job, but I hate writing Amazon listings. It is miserable trying to balance the search volume and readability, and when do you write too much, when's too short. Like it's a headache, especially if you have to launch multiple products or you're managing an account with hundreds of SKUs and you're changing it for seasonality or whatever the case is. And that's what I love about AI Assist is just making sense of your high volume search terms for you. So that's the third AI Assist function in Jungle Scout. The fourth is probably what's being used most by experienced sellers, and that is AI Assist in our sales analytics profit overview tool. And essentially what this allows you to do is the profit overview tool, for those who aren't familiar, is essentially like a dashboard that has all of your sales information. And because it's Jungle Scout, we have your cost information as well. So you can see your gross and net margins, and really the whole Amazon business and how it's performing. So you've always been able to decipher, read your data and say, okay, how's my business doing? How are my products doing? And you think about what you need to improve. So is that a lot of returns? Is my refund rate going a little bit higher? Is my ACOS going up? My TACOs going up? But now what you can do with AI Assist, in a click of a button, whatever date range you have selected, it will actually give you a financial assessment of your products and your company as a whole. And this could be a PDF export that you actually download and bring to a meeting or send to any stakeholders that you have in your business. So you'll see things like what is happening in your company, but it'll also be translated for you as well. So for example, might say your net margin is X, and that basically means you're getting back this amount per each dollar you spend. So it helps really simplify it makes sense of your financial data. But what's interesting about this is it actually gives you areas to improve. And I think that's what's being mostly used by this tool is you can always see your information, but like, what do you do now? And there's a section in this assessment that it spits out that says, hey, for example, your ad costs have gone up and your tacos is going up as well. Like you're not actually converting enough organic sales with your advertising sales. And it's giving you things to look at that you may have missed just by looking at the numbers. Actually, a really good example of this, I was trying to prepare for this call, believe it or not, Norman. I was very concerned. So I looked at our past month and I saw our refund rate was like 3% for one of our products. And I was like, okay, it's 3%. That sounds good. Sounds bad. I don't know. But then it told me in the areas to improve is 3% is actually a lot higher than what it was last month and the months before at 1.5. And I looked at it, I was like, oh crap, I got to jump on that after this call and see what's going on. Is it something wrong with our inventory, this batch of inventory we just sent in? So again, that's why I love tools like, in this case, AI Assist, that not just help you like see what you can already see, but give you the next steps and actions you need to take to grow and improve your business. So hopefully that covered it all.
Yeah.
But if anybody has any questions, maybe you're not familiar with Jungle Scout, just ask. I probably went into this with a lot of assumed knowledge, but yeah, those are the 4 AI integrations that we have within Jungle Scout right now.
Now, we're at the bottom of the hour, and before we head over to the Wheel of Kelsey or the sponsor, can you tell us a little bit about the pricing for Jungle Scout? And we don't, guys, we don't have an affiliate, and I don't think we have a code. But what's the pricing look like?
Yeah, you can head over to Jungle Scout's pricing page for the exact numbers. It depends on whether you're getting an annual or a monthly plan. However, the pricing for the AI tools, you get essentially everything when you sign up for either our Suite or Pro plan, which is the 2 most popular plans. We do have a more of like a beginner plan as well, and that will give you the AI Assist chat feature.
Okay.
It just won't give you the other 3 that I mentioned today as well. But for a lot of new sellers that are curious on how to actually sell and they want to learn as much as they can, we see a lot of sellers start with that plan because they can start doing product research, start doing keyword research, and now you can actually use the chat feature basically just to learn. So we're seeing a lot of people sign up just to learn about selling on Amazon with that plan. But with the Suite and Pro plan, you can really get essentially unlimited access to all of the tools and really start launching your product and growing it with all the other offerings that we have. So yeah, head over to, it's the Jungle Scout website, and then go to the pricing page, and then you can even see a detailed rundown. We have videos as well that break down all of the Jungle Scout tools.
Okay, very good. Okay, it's the bottom of the hour. And at the bottom of the hour, we remind people that if you want to take part in the giveaway today, which is called Wheel of Kelsey, if this is the first time you're listening, it's hashtag Wheel of Kelsey. Tag 2 people, you get a second entry. And today, what we're going to do, Kelsey, why don't you come on? You can announce it.
All right. So we are giving away a free press release. This is the social media style press release, which goes for $200. So if you write hashtag Wheel of Kelsey in the comment sections, you'll get entered. If you take 2 people, you'll get an extra entry. And we're going to announce the winner at the end of the show. So again, we're giving away a free press release. And yeah.
And just in case just to clarify, you don't have to do anything. So when we're giving away this press release, you'll get a contact form. You put in the contact information. If you've missed anything, we'll try to straighten that out for you. And then we write it for you. So you don't have to do anything. And it's a free press release. Like Kelsey said, it's roughly around $200 to put it through the network and to write it. So hashtag Wheel of Kelsey, tag 2 people, you get a second entry. Kelsey, let's head over to a sponsor. This episode of Lunch with Norm is sponsored by VAA Philippines. Looking for a high-quality virtual assistant for your business? With the rigorous screening, intensive Amazon and Walmart training, and ongoing professional development, get the peace of mind with skill and motivated virtual assistants for a long-term working relationship. Hire through VAA today, and now let's get back to the show. Okay, one of the things I just want to mention is we're talking AI. It's AI Wednesdays. I know that we get a lot of questions. I see that we have a couple in there. If you're interested in any of this information, if you want to just throw a couple questions out about AI in general, just let us know. We got Jake here to answer it, and you do so. So anything at all, it could be a general question. Just let us know. If it's about something with prompt engineering, you're a little shy to say anything. I guarantee you, if you're shy about a question, there's 10 other people that are shy about the same question. So they would appreciate it if you ask it. And we do this. We do answer them probably in about 10 minutes. So I'll just go through a couple questions here. But if you are interested, throw it in the comment section. Now let's get back to this. Okay, Jake, what are some of the trends that you're seeing in AI and Amazon right now?
Yeah, specifically for Amazon, I'm actually going to steer away from the listing part of it because I feel like a lot of people have been talking about that for some time now, and going to talk more about the inventory side and really what is exciting for smaller brands that just don't have access to the same resources that these bigger brands have. And so what we're seeing is AI being used within Amazon, and hopefully in other tools like Jungle Scout here very shortly that are hyper-focused towards Amazon sellers. And specifically what I mean is trying to figure out the best way to alert you of seasonal patterns in your product, but also in the marketplace itself or in the category. A good example of this is if you just started selling on Amazon, you may not know, you don't have any sales history of what's happened last year at certain times of the year. Even if your product isn't seasonal, most products have some sort of a predictability to it of when it's in demand the highest and when you need to maybe cut back on your inventory spending so you're not getting overages in storage costs. So I think that's very powerful. We're starting to see more of that being rolled out in, again, tools like Jungle Scout, where you can just be alerted when you need to order inventory, be alerted to slow down on your inventory and know exactly how much to buy, how much not to buy. Maybe your cost is creeping up on you as well per unit. So to me, I think the whole inventory and logistics side is exciting right now, but has so much more room to grow and again, be implemented into these Amazon specific tools.
My dog just decided to go upstairs into the bathroom and grab my beard brush. There you go.
That's
Oh,
awesome.
it was funny. I mentioned before that the dog, I don't know how he does this, but he likes raw eggs, and he'll grab an
Yeah.
egg and bring it down to me while I'm on a podcast.
I mean,
It
he's a dog that knows what he wants.
Well, exactly. All right, so
awesome.
we've talked about trends, but what do you see happening in 2024 that maybe we're not seeing right now?
Yeah, I think what's super exciting is and you mentioned it, you touched on it a little bit earlier, is the image side of AI. So, how can you produce better images and start really A/B testing them and really looking at your conversion rate differences from not just your main image, but other images as well, even video. So I think in 2024, what I would love to see at least would be making these tools more accessible and cost effective and potentially even implemented into Amazon themselves. I don't know how, what their roadmap looks like, of course, but I would love to see these tools be more tools that are more cost effective that allow you to create new images from scratch. There are tools out there like Photoshop's generative fill and Adobe Firefly. There's always there tools that you have to go in and really still figure out how to edit it outside of the tool itself. But I think if a tool can come out that is just hyper focused towards Amazon sellers, it is hard to find these tools that, again, like Jungle Scout does, the AI Assist is for an Amazon seller. They have a lot of tools out there for entrepreneurs and online sellers, but Amazon is a whole different beast. There's different things you need to have on your listings and your images. So I would love to see more Amazon-friendly image and video tools at a good price. And I think that's going to be on the horizon as, again, some of these Amazon tools start to implement their own versions of these.
Yeah, the one that just sticks to my mind is eCom Tent. I don't know. Have you used that from
I've heard.
Max
I've heard of
Sinclair?
them. Yeah, I think I watched a few videos. Yeah.
They're doing some really great things with it now, with backgrounds and fonts, and being able to do an infographic. It's what am I going to say? I've got cigars still on they fogged my brain, but with stop it. With what was I just saying? My stupid dog is nudging up against Ecom Tent. They're always improving, and I've seen some of the work. Like Mac's been on the podcast before, and some of the stuff that they're doing is fantastic. I mean, really fantastic. So it's starting to come in. And Pictory, I don't know if you've ever gone and seen anything with Pictory for video.
No, yeah, not yet.
Oh my gosh. Again, it can summarize. So if we pump in our podcast, it can repurpose segments of our podcast. Just ask it to summarize and it'll give you 30-second blurbs. You could do that with your Amazon images. Just upload your Amazon images and it'll give you a free video, basically.
That's cool. I mean, that ties it, I think, back in the review analysis side. What I've love to use this tool for in AI Assist is really just to figure out how I can position my products better in front of customers. But getting those images taken, again, professionally is so expensive. So if you can figure out an insight through this review analysis of, oh, my customers think my product smells, or my product or customers think other products in the category are too big or small, they don't fit how they look, you got to go get a new image and really show that. So I think having some sort of tool that you can ask it to do that for you, like, here's my product, show this feature off. Give me the best picture for that. Don't tell me how to do it. Actually do it for me. I think that would be awesome.
Yeah, and also just different kinds of content that you can publish. So for me, blog articles are one thing. You're using social media, but you can go in and use something like Descript, or like for us, Zencaster or StreamYard. Zencaster's got a feature where you can go and take Twitter snippets and it'll rip apart your video and give you 100 Twitter snippets. So you'd never have to think. You could just publish.
That's awesome.
So this is where it's going. I forget, you were saying something about, I know what you were saying. It was about automation and just pressing a button and letting it fly. Well, I think anybody who does that is looking for a ton of trouble.
Yes.
Every article that we read, if it's a PPC campaign, you've got to have some sort of person overlooking it to make sure they're monitoring it. If you're letting a machine just think for itself right now, today, it's not going to work. 6 months from now, who knows? But
Yeah.
I think that's where there's a lot of people thinking that AI is going to replace that side of things, and it's not.
Yes, that is, I think, the two, or the main reason I think why a lot of people want to start dipping their toes into AI is to save time, right? Is how can I speed up this process? How can I write my listings faster or generate reviews better or faster, I should say, and doing that more effectively. However, there is a whole other side to it, and that's doing it better. And I think AI right now is at a point to where if you have the strategies that you can, I guess, maneuver with these tools, you can do it better. So you're getting both benefits of time saving more efficiently and actually doing things better as long as you have the right idea in place and the right operator controlling it.
Right. So apps. What kind of apps you been looking at?
Yeah, actual apps, and I'm sorry, these are mobile apps, I assume,
They could
or
be,
they could
yeah.
be
They
computer
they
apps.
could be for your browser. So,
Yeah.
for example, Summarize Everything is probably one of my favorite apps.
Oh,
So
cool.
it goes into your whatever you're looking at, and it'll summarize from four
Hmm.
different. It'll go from ChatGPT, Claude, Bard, and Bing. So you get different
Ah,
perspectives
cool.
on whatever you're searching for.
I'll have to try that out. To be honest with you, the only actual app that I'm using at this moment that uses AI within it is CapCut, which is, I believe that's TikTok's company's video editing software, and they're doing some really cool things with automating certain animations or automating certain very manual editing tasks that myself, I do video, but I actually don't do the editing side of it, and that's very strenuous for me to actually do. So I like things like that that can speed up my time on foreign subjects. CapCut does a really great job of, I guess, adding in these animations or things for you that are AI generated. You can ask it any questions or ask it to do certain things, and it will edit your video probably better than what I could do.
Yeah. No, I know the app. It's great.
Yeah.
Okay. And by the way, it was funny. I was just looking at apps. I typed in AI. Unfortunately, I mean, there was a gazillion apps now, right?
Yeah.
And I was just scrolling through and I'm going, oh my gosh, there are so many useless apps, but I
Hmm.
want to get every one of them. And just thousands and thousands and thousands of AI apps now that it's going to be, and even today, but from 2013 and 2017 was a year of the shiny object for Amazon.
Hmm.
Certain apps did certain things. You had to get 4 or 5 of them, and it just drove me crazy. And it's like that with AI right now, is that you've got all these apps. Some are free, some you have to pay for, and some of them are kind of overlapping. So you got to get it if you want it to have all the features. And it's absolutely driving me crazy because what apps do I really need to focus on just to get the job done? So,
Yeah.
and for me, I don't know about you, Jake, but ChatGPT, with the different plugin selections that they have now, and if you turn on your uh, uh, data analyzer, you're good to go. It's and as long as you have Plus, I have Claude as well. But if you just plug those two in now with its ability to generate images, like with DALL-E 3, that's all I need without getting really too confused.
Yeah, and I like the idea of kind of having one
Yeah.
source. Like if ChatGPT is your source, use all these plugins. I have to research this more, but I think it was yesterday ChatGPT released something called Turbo. I have it pulled up here, ChatGPT 4 Turbo.
Yep.
Not sure if did you hear about that?
I saw something about it. I didn't get into it.
Same. It seems to be just more powerful plugins, and they're calling them AI assistants.
Yeah.
So I love that idea of having like one source. It's why I like using Jungle Scout, and I know I'm biased for saying that, but you have all your operations in one tool, your keywords, your sales, your listing, everything in one tool, and I don't have to use an inventory management tool and a product research tool. I can just use Jungle Scout. But that's what I like about ChatGPT is they're sort of almost like monopolizing the AI space by having all these plugins that connect with now Google and all these other like platforms that you'd be on. So I love that idea of just being simple with really the main language learning model that you're using.
Yeah, and I know this isn't Amazon based, but these plugins are making it so easy.
Yeah.
I mentioned last podcast that I did a whole slide presentation just through a plugin,
That's
and
cool.
it came out all right, and it'll be improved. You could go to Wonder Slides and do it a little bit better, but then for travel,
Hmm.
oh my gosh, it makes it so easy. You can punch in the time that you want to leave, the price point, and it goes through everything.
Oh, wow.
And there's going to be more and more and more of these. But the other one, and is Greg associated with Zapier?
Good question. I don't know the answer to
I
that.
thought he was, but Zapier is my go-to now. If I want to automate things and save time, which I really sucked at it. I have to be honest. I sucked at Zapier.
Same.
And I used to look at it saying, oh man, I keep trying to do this and I keep getting these zaps that don't work. Now they work.
Yep. Oh, cool.
And all you have to do is punch it in. Just say what you want to do. And the Zap plugin in ChatGPT just does it for you.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I had a similar experience with Zapier. I don't know if it felt like it was an old UI or something it's probably the user of me, of course, but that's cool. I'll have to give that a try because I too have failed with a lot of Zapier to like Slack or Airtable connections that just haven't worked the way I wanted to. I'll have to give that a try through ChatGPT.
Yeah. Oh, what is this? Kelsey's putting pitch? Oh, he must have found something because I don't believe I've ever used pitch, but he's going to come back and saying you're old. You just used it yesterday, or something like that. Okay, let's get to the questions. We got two here.
Okay, let's see. We've got one question from Spencer. How can AI help with marketing? Is there anything that you're currently doing that can help an Amazon brand when it comes to marketing?
Do you want to start off with that?
Yeah, I'm trying to think outside of this, but I still think it's the best way that I've seen AI be used with marketing, and that is what we talked about earlier of using customer reviews as your source of information. So it's still very important to find high volume keywords and relevant keywords that okay, 100,000 people search for this on Amazon. Let me really gear my marketing towards those keywords. However, there's a certain it's more like instinctual things that you need to talk about. And I feel like these are only seen publicly, at least on Amazon through reviews. And so I'm trying to find an example now of this is we sell at Jungle Scout a product that's called washable. Hold it up here. There are these washable pee pads for dogs, and they come in a 3-pack, and you lay them down so your dog can, I guess, urinate in your home or apartment without getting it on anywhere. So what we found out is, and this was directly related to AI in terms of helping our marketing, is we had a huge list of keywords that had a high search volume to them, but hidden in there was this one term. It was pee pads for senior dogs, and the phrase senior dogs. We had no idea that this product would be relevant for them. We were marketing it towards puppies, like the opposite of a senior dog, a dog that can't hold in their pee, and that's what senior dogs unfortunately struggle with as well. So we didn't know that because we just didn't see it at the top of the search volume, but we asked AI, like, hey, what AI says, what keywords are we tracking, but they're not actually added to our listing? And where are we missing? Where's like this gap? Like, is there a customer segment out there that's looking for our products, but they're not confident because we're not talking about it? And we found out there was a senior dog gap there. So we actually started implementing it in our listing. We've, I think, tested out some images, or I think we're actually still working on refreshing our product images, but we'll be adding one for senior dogs as well, and maybe getting in some older dogs as well to really show that. And so what I see, again, as AI being really helpful in marketing is figuring out what customers are talking about, what they need, and then translating that into the most impactful part of any marketing campaign, and that's the visuals. Your SEO is important as well, but at the end of the day, people look through. If you're considering buying a product for now, you're probably going to look through all the available images and maybe the video before you go down to the bullet points. So figuring out what your images should be through AI is a really, really powerful way to use it. And you can even use those in your advertising campaigns as well through like sponsor brand visuals or sponsor display campaigns as well.
Okay. And the other way, if you want to if you're trying to do any type of external advertising, you could go in, and again, I think I talked about this last podcast, but go into ChatGPT, and if you want to do copy, you can put in the information, but you can put in the type or the person that you want to represent. So let's say you like Perry Belcher, or you like a certain copywriter. You can say, please write copy. I say, please. Why be so polite? But I'm Canadian. Please write the copy in the style of Perry Belcher's funnel, blah, 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 blah. And then you'll get the information, but you've got to add all the information and all the details and what kind of tone that you want. But at the end of the day, you're going to get copy similar to Perry Belcher, or if it's going to be, whoever, Mark DeGrasse, okay, another copywriter from Digital Marketer. Then what I really like is the ability, and we do this all the time, is that I use Scott Cunningham for an example. Mm-hmm. So Scott Cunningham has a marketing method called TBIF. So it's hook plus TBIF. And you just have to type that in. What is it? You'll get all the definitions of what exactly that is. And then you can say, please create my funnel, or please create my Facebook ads based on this in a tabular format. So you'll have columns for your hook, the transition, the brand, the influencer, and you can mix and match. This is so powerful in marketing that all of your Twitter, all of your Facebook, it's there. And I know that we do this for our, whatever we do, content marketing or influencer marketing. We ask the different for the different styles of platform to create a script for us. Mm-hmm. It's easy, but it's not, because if you just want it to write it for you, then you're going to suck. But if you play around with your own personality and play around with it, then it's all good. People really don't realize that, you're producing this through AI.
It's a great point.
So I hope I explained that okay. But I can't push this enough. This TBIF is a game changer. Scott's been on twice, and he's explained the importance of this marketing technique and everything. And if you look at any commercial on TV that's half good, you'll notice that this formula is in every winning viral video. Anything that you do has to have hook and TBIF. So go back, check out the Scott Cunningham podcast that we did on it. I think we've run it twice. Okay.
All right. Our next question is from CoolHand99. How do you link AI tools? Is that even possible?
How do you link AI tools? Well, a lot of the times, for example, you don't link it. You can upload a document, or you can have it search the web, but you don't necessarily have to link it. Now, in Jungle Scouts situation, they've got an API that links directly to wherever to get the information. Is that correct?
Exactly. Yeah, it's been able to pull in the Amazon data that we've always been able to get, for your products, but also the market in general, like keyword search volume and sales estimates. So then you can ask it questions, but it already knows that information ahead of time. But yeah, I wonder if this question, I don't have too much knowledge on it though. I'm curious, maybe it's about like the Zapier integrations as well.
Yeah. So most of the time, there'll be you link to an account. So with Zapier, for example, as long as you have a Zapier account, you're able to create Zaps, and it's right within ChatGPT. So what happens is ChatGPT links to your Zapier account and produces it for you. That's the same with Expedia. So it'll go to your account if you want, and it'll pull out that information. So there are certain plugins that you can link to your account, and there's certain plugins that don't. It's just very general information. So hopefully that helps.
All right, and our last question is about ChatGPT. I guess sending off to this or ending this podcast, is there any final tips that you could give for ChatGPT, just in general, or other than this? This is our last question, and then we can go to the wheel.
Okay, Jake, anything from your end?
Yeah, I'd say the biggest advice I would have is to really make sure it understands who you are and what you're trying to get out of it. I think the whole prompt engineering is so important. If it doesn't know, I'm assuming you're an Amazon seller. If not, it's obviously whatever you're doing, but you need to really make sure that it understands you first and what you're trying to get out of it. I've seen a lot of people ask questions and make sure it really understands you first before you ask the question that you're ultimately trying to get an answer for. So to me, that's always been the biggest challenge with using these tools. It's not entirely impossible. I'm a lazy person. I like to have things served on a platter for me. But that, I think, is so important to make sure that what you're getting back is hyper-focused on who you are, what you're trying to do. And then, Norm, to your point, really adding in another element of like other people's personalities or styles, or maybe it's your own style if you're able to feed it some old work that you've done, and making it unique to you. So I really think setting up and building that foundation first is my best piece of advice.
One of the other things that you can use that I don't know how many people use this, but it's custom instructions. So you can go into settings and you can set up your custom instructions. So this, I have to do this a little differently, but I can put in who I am, how I want it to read, and you can give all the information in the fields that they provide. And then once you save it, you don't have to put in all this information every time you open up a new chat. Now, the problem I have is that I might be doing different things, and I need it really to be a completely different persona. And what I'll do with that, I have a Mac, I just have notes. I have my notes open, and I can just take each persona and copy it back in when I start using ChatGPT with that. And then that way, when I'm writing, I don't have to worry about referring back. It knows the tone I want. It knows what I'm trying to reflect. It knows me, like the persona. So all the information, and then it can reflect that in its answers in the way it writes it for you. So that's just a little tip that I use quite a bit.
It's awesome.
Okay, I think there's a cool hand. Luke, you snuck in a question here.
No, we answered that already.
Oh, okay. All right. Very good. Okay. So I think, unless there's anything else, Jake, you got anything else to add?
Nothing else other than if you have any questions about Jungle Scout or selling on Amazon even, then feel free to reach out to Jungle Scout. You can contact us on our website at junglescout.com. I'm over on YouTube. You can easily find me on our videos there. Ask a question in the comments or join us for our live videos. But any questions you have about the tools itself, feel free to reach out to Jungle Scout. And yeah, we're looking forward to hearing from you. And hopefully you learned something today that was valuable for you.
And I hear that Jungle Scout is doing some amazing things. So just the conferences I've been at recently, just hearing about Jungle Scout and what you are doing over there, it sounds great. So yeah, check it out. Check out Jungle Absolutely. Scout and, check it out for yourself. I love the AI component that you're adding, these 4 different elements that we went through. Yeah. So check it out for yourself and let us know. Let us know in our Facebook group what you think. Or if you do use Jungle Scout right now, let everybody know in the Facebook group. Love to hear from you, or in our WhatsApp group now. So I've got to go to a sponsorship live read, Seller Basics. Now try not to cough. Hey, Amazon sellers, ever faced account suspensions, ASIN hiccups, or IP headaches? Introducing Seller Basics, your Amazon accounts guardian. With just $99 per month, Seller Basics offers a dedicated team to shield your business from these challenges. Plus, this membership offers free legal consultation from seasoned e-commerce attorneys. No long-term contracts. Cancel with just a month's notice. If you want to check out Seller Basics, you can check it out at sellerbasics.com. And remember, Seller Basics, you can consider Seller Basics as your Amazon account health specialist. All right, got to say a disclaimer here. Seller Basics is not an insurer or a law firm. Consultations come from independent firms. Results can vary. Membership needed before events leading to claims, and terms apply. Now, Kelsey, we can go over to the wheel.
It's time for the Wheel of Kelsey.
Hey, Kels, did you see Drip Fit? He backed off today. He was going to win, right?
Yeah, it's this wheel sometimes tends to like certain people, and it just shows that it was in love with Drip Fit. So Drip Fit is bowing out. So appreciate that. And let's see who the winner is today. Okay, so if you
It'll
are the
still be
winner,
Drip Fit. I don't know how, but it will be.
yeah, it'll find.
Rad.
And is it Steve or Rad?
Rad.
Just sneaked in.
All right, Rad. So we'll get in touch with you. You have to give us a little bit of contact information and some images, but we'll give you a walkthrough, and then we'll get that press release out to you. So congrats.
Yep. So please email me, kate@lunchwithnorm.com, and we'll set you up.
All right. I think that's it. Jake, you're off the hook.
Thank you, Norm. Thank you. I appreciate having me on. And yeah, it's been a pleasure talking to you today.
All right. Thanks a lot. And do you go out to a lot of events?
Quite a few. Yeah. We're Jungle Scout itself is at almost every event that we can get to. And I'm trying to get to as many as I can as well.
All right. Well, hopefully I get to meet you at one of these events.
Absolutely.
All right. We'll see you later, Jake.
Thanks again.
Thank you. All right, everybody. I hope you learned a little bit of something about AI that you could implement. I thought today's podcast went extremely well. Lots of new information. And if you want to learn more, tune in every Wednesday. I know we do Monday, Wednesday, Friday, but tune in Wednesdays for AI Wednesdays. Kels, anything to say?
All right. Well, make sure you smash those like buttons. Give us a thumbs up. Subscribe to our YouTube channel as well. And we just launched our WhatsApp group, so check that out.
I already got a bunch of people in there.
Yep. Yeah. So check that out. You can join. It's going to be a place where you can just ask your questions. If there's any updates in Amazon, we're going to be posting in there. Just a place to hang out, discuss if there's any events happening, just get feedback on certain things. So just a great place in general. This is the WhatsApp group link here that was posted everywhere. So check it out. And yeah, I think that's it.
Okay, so join us every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at noon Eastern Standard Time. Like I said at the end of every podcast, we could not do this without you because of this community. You guys are awesome. If you want to be part of the community, head over to our Facebook group, Lunch with Norm, the e-commerce and Amazon FBA podcast. All right, everybody, until when? Friday. I can't believe it's Wednesday, but Friday. We'll see you then. Have a great day.
Lunch with Norm.